Malcolm Turnbull has lost 30 consecutive news polls. The result matches the record set by Tony Abbott, which Turnbull used to roll the PM back in 2015.
Let's get today's take on this from Shelley Horton from 9honey.com.au and comedian Mikey Robbins. Mikey, he's going to make it to 31.
Oh, yeah,
he's going to
mate.
break the record.
Oh, why stop at 31? Keep going till 40, 45.
He's going to go all the way to the election.
Look, you know what? It was an amazing thing when he gave that press conference. If you could have dragged any words back, it was the 30 straight news polls. But see, at that point, he had no idea things were going to go south. Let's not forget, after Malcolm got in, he got some very positive polls.
Yeah.
Then he absolutely butchered trying to get tax legislation through. Remember that debacle? And since then, he's just been on the back burner. He thought it would have turned...
Well, it was the same-sex marriage referendum. It was
Yeah, the whole thing. He's
yeah.
just, I mean... And of course, as Tony Abbott said once he left, he won't be sitting on the sideline. He won't be backstabbing. Well, of course not. He's a front stabber.
Yeah. What do you think, Shelley? I mean...
Look, I actually just hate when they change leadership within an election. Like,
too.
I actually want to vote in a leader.
Yes.
I don't want to vote in a party. And so I don't care if he's lost 30 polls. I'm not happy with him. But you know what? Let's just stick with it for a little bit until the next election.
Well,
and that's how I feel
Which
about
makes
it.
you like the vast majority of the Australian population, was almost 7%, said stick with him.
Stick.
Because
Yes.
we're sick. Let's face it, you know things are bad when the Italians are looking at us going, really, guys? Really?
Yeah.
Let's move on. Making news this morning is calls for Facebook and other social media giants to be held responsible for bullying. The government is considering a legally binding duty of care for Facebook, Snapchat, other platforms. It follows a spate of cyberbullying related to deaths, including children as young as 13. That beautiful girl up in Darwin is one that comes to mind. Shelley, do you think this is the way to go, though?
I think it'll help. Because what you need to remember is when you're putting something on social media, it's publishing. So therefore, the publisher should be responsible. So I think that we've given them a free-for-all for too long. It's not working. We have got too much cyberbullying. So if there is a way that Facebook can be more responsible, I think it's a good thing. And I think that we might need to then have some sort of legislation in place where Facebook will be banning certain users and banning language and things like that. So I think it could help.
Yeah, I think the onus kind of has to be on them, doesn't it?
Well, I think, Shelley, you really hit the nail on the head there. It's not like just making a phone call and abusing someone. It is being disseminated in the public arena. As such, the people like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram have some sense of ownership of that message. Having said that, you can't legislate against stupidity.
Yeah, I know.
But
I just think this will be one of the many things that we do. It can't hurt.
And they've been proven, especially Facebook in the last few months, that they can't be trusted with who can infiltrate Facebook and use it against everybody that uses it. With Russian farming and the bots and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and they use that against regular people.
I must admit, during the American election, my favourite insult came to me, because I sent out a few Trump gags, and I was Mr. Captain Penis Head. By
that
a
was
Russian.
a Russian.
I'm going
That was a Russian.
yeah, exactly. What part of St. Petersburg are you from, freedom-loving American?
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, it's interesting, isn't it? You know, because we do talk about whether we should be talking to the bullies and going back to the families. But if
All
the
of
bullies
it.
are multiple people, you can't put the onus back on them.
Absolutely, and if you can have fake accounts, and if you can have accounts that are not then accountable to a driver's license or a credit card or something like that, then how are we going to stop them?
Yeah. Exactly. All right, you guys stay with us because when we come back, Russell Crowe makes a mozza at his divorce auction. So is it a good idea to sell your belongings after a breakup?
Oh, I like that. And the do-it-yourself disasters, including this segment, costing Aussies a small fortune to patch up. Welcome back. Happy Monday.
Now, Oscar-winning actor Russell Crowe held an extraordinary divorce auction in Sydney where he sold costumes and props from his movies. He managed to earn more than $3 million from the sale.
Well, where else are you going to buy a Trojan a chariot like that?
Exactly.
Let's get today's take on this with Shelley Horton from 9honey.com.au, comedian Mikey Robbins. Shelley.
Yeah.
Now, it was a very enjoyable auction, as I said before, but this begs the question, is this a good idea when you break up, like, hey,
Yeah,
let's
there
make
was
some money out of this?
There was jewellery,
Because
beautiful
Danielle
pieces.
put into... And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then they've had a pretty amicable divorce and it's, 10 years on or whatever.
Yeah.
I might sound a little bit woo-woo, but I think that objects do maintain energy. And if you've had a bad marriage, I know it's a bit woo-woo, but I do feel that. And so If you've got a piece of jewellery and it was a bad marriage, I don't think you should be wearing it because it's going to bring bad,
no.
Bad juju.
Yes.
Actually, no.
That's not woo-woo.
Woo-woo, juju.
It was actually when my mother passed away. It was in the will that the engagement ring that my father had given her was to be put in a bank and sold at a later date because she always thought it was cursed.
Really?
From being married to your father?
Yeah, well, it's a long story. I love the idea of, what was it, his codpiece from... let's face it.
Oh, yes.
Gladiator.
No, because Russell's done so many codpiece movies.
Went for $7,000?
$7,000.
John Oliver.
Is that going to be like a DNA swipe or something?
Not sure.
Oh, let's put it like this. You know, somewhere someone is making very creepy soup.
Finally, new research has found that more than 2 million homeowners admit that they've had a D.I.Y. job gone wrong. Often they've done it themselves to save money, but on average, the botched job has cost $1,500 to repair. So, Mikey,
What do you reckon?
you don't strike me. You don't
You're a
strike me as
diamond kind of
Oh,
guy.
well, actually, I'm very lucky. My brother-in-law, my wife's brother, is fantastic. Like, you know, he's a carpenter. He can do a bit of electrical on the side, and he was actually hanging some. Oh, that's kind of sad. He was actually hanging pictures for me one day. That's how bad I am. And he had the power drill out, and he said, "Would you like me to show you how to use this?" And I went, "No."
No, thanks.
I said, "It's not being snobby." I said, "If I get within 20 centimetres of that, it's a trip to casualty."
Right.
Yeah.
I said, look at this. I've got 10 little thumbs here. And
You know your limitations.
I know my limitations.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, look, you want someone to make a pasta carbonara or a salsa verde, I'm your guy.
Yeah, right.
Kitchen, I'm your
Different
guy.
skills.
Okay.
So what do you think? A botched job? I mean, that has many connotations nowadays, Shelley, but
Yeah.
would you rather get someone in to fix it properly?
No, because I don't want to take away the joy from my dad of trying to fix something. So for me, it's then the cost of flying him down from Queensland to fix what I've made a mess of.
Have you renovated
Right.
anything yourself?
I know, but I have a property up in Queensland that my dad does the maintenance and stuff on, and
Okay.
like trims things and cleans the walls, and he loves it. And it cost me like a Bunnings voucher, so
Amazing.
it's fantastic.
Can I get his
and
number?
if
How much
there's,
your dad worth? What's
I
your dad
know his hourly rate is a little bit low,
Yeah, Bunnings voucher, some
but he
sausages.
loves it, and that's one of those things. He is a handy guy. Would I be able to do anything like that? No.
I can't do anything.
No, I am.
I'm very grateful for my dad.
Don't laugh at me, Kruger.
Sing the paintings onto the wall.
There are so many things
Yeah.
that need doing at my place at the moment. Like everything stopped working all at the
At
same
once.
time.
Same.
Yeah.
Everything, just everything.
When my wife, which was my girlfriend at the time, first moved in, and she went to the sink and she said, "Your toolbox is a hammer and a box of Band-Aids." I went, "Yeah."
Yep.
Well, let us know what you think about these topics. Go on to Facebook and Twitter. Mikey and Shelley, great to have you.
Thank you,
both on.
guys.
Thank you.
Coming up on Today Extra, taking on.